Hey guys, so this is the audiobook of Hungry Caterpillar. So we got Travis as the Hungry Caterpillar. We got Mumson.
Munchy.
We got Mumson as the person reading the dialogue.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And we got Smiles here reading, describing the pictures on the book.
You're being punked, Reilly.
What podcast is this?
This is the podcast of the Hungry Caterpillar. We're doing audiobooks now, but it's got an Audible.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is brought by the Mumson Podcast, where we talk about crazy bounty hunters and Squidman.
Alright.
Okay. Everybody say hi to the people that are, like, there's 2 people that listen to this. Say hi, guys.
I'm Mason's sister and Mumson's mum.
What? Hey, leave my mum out.
No, there's 2 people that don't know, actually, who we don't know.
Oh yeah, Chris Flanger.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's
Flanger.
who that is.
Only we know exactly who that is.
Basically, Smiles just talking to himself.
Here in the room. Personal talk to me.
Oh. He's like James McAvoy in Split.
Yeah.
It's one of his personalities.
God. It's just me and good old Christy.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. So, while Travis was at work sometime, me, Smiles, and Matt we came together and we're like, man, you remember that we did a little movie, right?
This, of course, was at midnight because, as you know, I'm a lady of the night.
Okay, I'm confused.
That's right.
When are we reading this Hungry Caterpillar thing?
We're not. It was a joke.
What?
It was a
It
joke.
was a hilarious joke, but you just didn't get it.
2 of us. I have no idea what you were talking about.
Because this is an audio-based product. So I thought it was like audiobook and Hungry Caterpillar, which is a random book that I just picked out from my head.
Leave the comedy to Mumson, man.
Yeah, I should.
This is the Mumson Podcast.
Yeah. Which is actually quite funny because we're in a library in...
Speaking of Mumson,
New South Wales.
80%.
80%, that's right, yeah.
You know what? 81%. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's start it off a bit.
We're not off to a great start, but you know.
Yeah, you guys just got lost into the joke.
Wait,
so
do we want to...
It was hilarious.
Do we want to talk about the story that we're doing?
Yeah, so basically, because Travis doesn't know what the movie is, I think we should give him the runs down, which Mumson will do.
So, I wish I had the script.
Now you tell him the simple, like, dot points, what happened, and then,
So you've got this guy, right, called... you've got these 2 main characters. One of them's called Starkiller.
Yep.
And you got the other one called Squiddy.
Yep. Squidman.
Yeah. Squidman, sorry. And...
It's got nothing to do with Squidward, does it?
No.
Okay, good.
That's just some guy who looks like a squid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's going to have green paint on their face.
No, that's Starkiller.
Oh, shit.
Are we getting the guy who... Oh, no, he was in it, technically. He did the filming on the last day. Are we getting him to explain it? Oh, because 81%.
Yeah.
80%. Where's this extra 1%?
Keep going, Matt. You're doing great.
Go on, mate.
And so, Starkiller...
There's only 2 characters in the thing.
Wait, there's a third. There's your wife.
Fun fact, Reilly at the moment is choking on a subway.
Yeah. He's scoffing down a subway.
Eat fresh.
Like it's a freaking hot dick or something. Go on, Matt.
We are sponsored by Subway.
Yeah. Please sponsor us.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. Contractually. Wait. What word am I trying to think of?
Contractual?
That's the one. Anyway, obligated to say eat fresh
Every few seconds.
every minute at least.
Along with 80%.
fresh.
Okay, go on, Mumson. So there's...
Starkiller, then there's Reilly's wife, which is Mumson, which is me, apparently. And then there's Squidman. And so the plot is that...
Don't give us any spoilers. Just the basic.
Okay. Alright, so
that's why we're also going to read
these
the
3
script.
characters. Reilly is... No, Squid...
Oh my god.
Squiddy is a bounty hunter?
At the
Yeah.
end of
No.
They're both bounty hunters?
No, only one.
I'll keep it on the
Starkiller.
line.
Starkiller's the bounty hunter
Keep
man.
going.
Well, I don't want to spoil it.
This is
Should we
fascinating.
talk about how, like, they're both fighting each other because of the whole Mumson religion?
Yeah.
Alright,
So,
and then...
once you go into that bit, the Mumson religion.
I honestly don't know enough about it. Or I've forgotten.
You were literally there when we made
I
it up
was.
on the spot. Yeah? Okay, you're doing a very great job.
well,
Why don't you
I know.
tell us,
Yeah, right,
Smiles, of
yeah.
what the movie
Well, you
is?
two both have a script, I don't. So
In grade 9 or something,
Yeah, in grade 9.
we had an IT class where we had to make like a short film using special effects,
That's right. That's so funny.
and me and Mason were in a group, and Mumson was with some guy called who were you with?
Nicholas Budden.
Nicholas Budden. He's dead now. We don't talk about
yeah.
him.
He was robbed.
Yeah.
His ass was robbed.
Oh my god.
But our video was we decided to make like a little sci-fi sort of thing, like a sci-fi action, thriller, horror, romantic comedy.
All a little above.
As you
Yeah.
do.
And
Don't make sounds. What are you doing?
I want to make it log so the sun's not in my face.
But the podcast.
You want to take a second?
oh my god.
There you go, Reilly.
Go on.
Yeah, it was just oh my god. Because Matt's retarded and I lost where I was.
So you're talking about the genres that this movie is, which
yeah,
is
all of them.
all the genres.
It's just like an action sci-fi thing where I played a guy called Star Killer who was basically like a bounty hunter and
Hairspray leather jacket.
with a leather jacket and
Nothing else.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Just a leather jacket and I was naked.
Yeah.
And
He had to look around his ding dong.
I had a green face and like green hair or something, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And my job was to
Can you dye your hair for this?
get the quick dye one.
No, it has to be permanent.
Yeah.
I'll get permanent
Or
dye.
just spray paint your face.
Yeah.
It'll do.
We used highlighter when we ran out
Yeah,
of
we
paint.
used. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was my job to kill Mason's character, which was Squiddy. I don't think we ever came up with a name. It was just like some kind of squid
Squid species.
squid monster, yeah. And yeah, we did a whole thing like around the whole Thornlands area. It's like a whole fight scenes and stuff like that. And basically what we're trying to do is recreate that now when we're older,
Recapture that lightning in
Yeah.
a bottle.
A remake, you
Yeah.
could say.
but try to make it less shit.
And
Oh, yeah, and the original we made was lost when Mrs. What was her name?
Let's throw someone else under the bus, shall we?
Our teacher, whatever, whoever our IT
Miss
teacher
Weaver.
was,
Miss
Miss
Weaver.
Weaver, when she made a school YouTube channel so we couldn't access it.
It was very
When she
saddening.
deleted the channel.
We thought, for many years when we were at school, we thought we could go to the computer that we originally made it on because he
Yeah.
saved it to the computer's
Yeah.
hard drive or something.
But we couldn't remember which computer it was, so I just gave up. And the only people who ever saw it was me, Mason, Mumson,
And Miss Weaver.
Miss Weaver. I showed Kyle and Callum in business class.
Oh, what did they think of
And they
it?
thought it was the best one out of all the ones they saw.
Yeah.
But we failed the assignment because the assignment was based on special effects and not how good the movie was. And basically, Smile said to me, he's like, "Listen, Mason, I know special effects. I know the best special effects."
Sounds so like Reilly.
I'm like, okay, cool, that's great.
I made like I could do like a whole Star Trek like gun effects and like explosions and shit.
one of them just me going.
And-
Wait. And basically, so when we sat down, we filmed it all, and we're putting it special effects on. He's like, okay, let me work my magic. He went to download. He torrented like a YouTube thing where it was a bunch of like music and like an hour's thing of music of different music, and he was basically picked little bits of that video clip of music to fit in the movie, and he was able to fit Mumson's classic sound as a gun sound every time he shot a gun.
Actually, no. For one of them, I actually made the noise when he was pointing the
Yeah.
gun, and I got it
that's
perfectly lined up. Yeah.
So not even that was special
Yeah.
effect. That was
And because we failed the assignment because we didn't have a single special effect in the entire thing. But this time I can do special effects. Wink, wink.
okay. So we want to remake it. It's basically like when you get a movie like The Fly from the 50s and they remade it into the 80s and it was basically so much better. It wasn't some just guy with a massive thing on his head. Now it was, there was puppets. Now we have actual special effects going on, don't we? We know how to. What do you know how to do now, Smiles?
Act.
Okay, we know how to act. That's
You
one
saw-
special effect.
You saw my Mumson Beats Me in Magic video. I know
that
how to
was-
splice in music with.
I've just imagined, like,
And do
you
dramatic
standing
shouts.
there. And you know that one of the last podcasts we did where I had a shot of shooting Babe, and it was this like
Yeah.
instant
Yeah.
animation of a gun
Yeah.
firing. I can imagine you standing there holding your hand out and then just a rectangle over it again. And then a bullet JPEG just slowly moves across the screen.
And when we were eating kebabs, I basically just went to town writing the
So
script for this thing.
basically what was going on, so I was bouncing the nonsense that was the movie, and he was writing everything down like, you know when it comes to a court case, right, and they're like saying the court case, they, you know, the person used to write down what everybody written. That was
The
basically
scribe,
Smiles, the scribe. He was basically the scribe when I was spouting nonsense, and Matt was kind of like, yeah, okay.
I had some good plugs.
Yeah, he had some stuff.
Did you?
Mumson checks, you know, the quality of everything.
Bleed out grape juice.
Oh yeah, that was a good job.
Yeah, that's right.
That was one thing. That'll be one of the funnier things too.
Yeah, that's the comedy bit. That's this is basically Dante's Divine Comedy Part 2. It's gonna be that good.
Wow.
It's that good, Travis.
I can hardly imagine.
Okay, so so we need to work on the dialogue.
Well, I think I should read out what
Yeah.
the whole script was, and then we can think of dialogue.
Yeah.
Should we say it in character?
I don't have any dialogue.
We don't have any dialogue.
Basically, what him and Mason, what Mumson and Mason were doing while we were eating kebabs was just shouting out random shit at me, and I was trying to concise that into some sort of script, or not script, but some sort of like
Story.
screenplay on what's
Yeah.
going to happen. And
We should actually write a screenplay together.
Oh, God.
Oh, this will be.
You guys are thinking of the dialogue.
This will be it. So you'll help us with the dialogue since you've done this before, Travis.
I sure have.
I gotta find it.
To various levels of success.
So it's on your notes.
No, I saved it to pages like an idiot.
Oh goodness, it's gone forever.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Okay.
Okay, should I read it?
Yeah.
Well, should I read it or should I get Matt to read it so he can do his 80%?
I'll
Yeah,
read
okay.
it for you, right?
Matt
But
can read
Matt's an idiot, and I don't think he'll be able to read it properly.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll read it. I'll give it my best shot.
You can
Okay,
just
give it a
every so
bat.
often just interject with them.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
was part of the script.
Okay.
Don't drop Raven.
Alright, opening scene. Star Killer receives information
I
about...
gotta read it like...
What do you mean?
Just like
Opening
start-
scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's like-
opening scene. Star Killer receives information about his target on his cool text device. The music fill the air while Star Killer relieves the past atrocities.
Okay, just let me read it.
Okay. I'm moving the mic back to. When I mean mic, I mean the phone.
I mean, super professional Blue Yeti or whatever.
Blue Yeti. Yeah, that's right.
Opening scene. Star Killer receives information about his target on his cool tech device. The music fills the air while Star Killer relives the past atrocities he has committed in order to keep his world safe. He pulls out his locket, a picture of his beautiful wife, Mumson. He has a flashback of the last words he said to him. My dick can outrun a nuke. Bazinga. These words still haunt him to this day.
Oh dear God.
We have like little bits of dialogue so far, and what I have is Star Killer says, "Let's go to work, yeah." Like, you know that like yeah thing from that TV show, the cop one. Where it's like yeah, and the explosions behind them.
Oh yeah,
I'll
like
have
Hawaii
that.
5-0.
And then oh wait, this is all while I'm in the treehouse in his backyard.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna do that yeah noise, and then it's gonna do a shot of me falling through the treehouse, landing on the ground.
Yeah.
Next scene. Camera pans.
Wait.
into
I'm sorry. Actually, no, you continue. I want to add this.
Next scene. Camera pans into Squid, consoling his wife that they must leave together and how much danger they are in.
Oh, so you're like humanizing the bad guy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And how much danger Squid pulls his wife in for a big kiss, which we've said is Stitch, Mason's dog,
My dog.
and then they cry in each other's arms. It's supposed to be like super dramatic in like a really stupid way.
I can imagine.
Next scene. Cut to Squid and his wife inside their Travis shack, which
is
was
your
your
little
little
house.
shack thing, which has now been
It
destroyed.
has been destroyed,
So
but we
it's
can
remade.
rebuild.
Yeah, we'll make it better.
Where they
Just
try,
like Trump.
where they try to hide from the government. I'm the government, apparently. Squid hears a branch crack in the forest, but before he can move his wife to safety, a large laser beam hits the shack and causes it to collapse. And it's going to be like a super lame effect, where just like
The house falls apart.
It just-
I'm
yeah.
in the middle.
and I wrote super lame in brackets. Transition into shot of Squid under a tree that's way too big for the shack. It'll be like a giant ass like log on top of him, which is way too big for the shack. And zoom into Squid lifting the debris off himself. I wrote degree instead of debris.
Very good.
Keep that in there.
He gets to his feet, but before he can look to find where his wife is, he sees Starkiller approaching him with murderous intent. Starkiller and Squid get into a fight.
It's getting serious.
But Star-Lord does not realise that Squid has been trained by the Wing-Shang... No, not the Wing-Shang. He's been trained by the Mumson Podcast. Starkiller gets the upper hand and goes for the kill. But before Starkiller can finish him, Squid sees his wife, and with the anger of loss, he throws his ink into Starkiller's face.
Some Squid Man.
Which will be like a bucket of water. Just getting thrown in my
but
face.
with like food colouring.
I can
in it.
imagine like he just pulls out of his bum like a little ink pot and tosses it in his head.
Allowing him to run with his wife, who then teleports them both away. Camera zooms on Starkiller. Son of a bitch. That's what I say. Okay. This is the infamous church scene. Oh, I know this is
I can't wait to see like the terrible fight scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Camera shows Starkiller sitting down. He is shocked that the Squid was capable of defeating a student of the Wing-Shang Pu dynasty. He pulls out his cool tech device and relives military. Oh my god, I've written this so terribly. and what? Realizes.
Imagine if Mumson was trying to read this.
I would just read the
makes
same,
sense.
like, with all the errors in it.
He pulls out his cool tech device and realizes that Squid has had military training and is a follower of the Mumson Podcast religion. He puts down the cool tech device. Snap cut to Squid crying over the body of his dead wife. The camera pans around him, seeing all the
when
Mumson...
did the wife die?
When the debris fell down on top of them.
Yeah.
And
I thought she teleported them away.
No, but he looks over to her,
And
then
she's dead.
And she's dead. And then he with the pain of loss, he's like, "Oh!" And he manages to push me off him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then go to
And
my
then
wife
he runs
and
the
teleport
switch
away.
and touches her, and then we'll do the super lame teleporting effect.
like a little
Yeah.
like the frame that spins away
Yes.
like an old newspaper
So
Yeah.
cuts
with the
to,
Batman logo.
cuts to Squid crying over the body of his dead wife. The camera pans around him, seeing all the Mumson religion imagery, and there'll be stupid photos of Mumson all over the wall.
Like if you're hanging on the cross or something.
Yeah. Then smash cut to Starkiller in the shower crying over the same photos of Mumson in his locket. Like he'll look down his locket and he'll be crying in the shower. Well, it's meant to replicate rain, but we can't make it rain, so we're just gonna have me in the shower with incomplete clothing, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course.
Keep changing back and forth between these images to show.
To
To humanize my character, to make us look
You
similar.
should totally have the shot of you in the shower in like togs.
Yeah. Just with the dogs, yeah. Starkiller leaves the shower and moves into his armory to gear up. He looks down to his safe and sees the final gift of his wife, picture of Mumson on the box. He pulls it out of the box. Badass music intensifies. Starkiller. This is my badass line I thought of. To kill a god, you need a god's tool.
And who's the god?
Yeah. Well, the whole point is like Mumson's like a god.
Yeah.
And he's part of it. He's a religion.
And your wife's like the god.
Yeah. And
It doesn't really make sense.
it doesn't make sense. But that's like the point.
Think about it too long.
Oh, okay. Oh god.
This
Okay.
is so good.
Cut back to Squid crying about his wife. Starkiller teleports behind him. Super crap effect. Both charge at each other. Starkiller winning, and pulls out the Mumson gun to kill Squid. A surprised look falls upon Squid's face. Squid, that's the legendary Mumson gun. How dare you kill one of Mumson's followers and take their weapon? Starkiller drops the Mumson gun, full of guilt. Squid tackles Starkiller to the ground as he stands above an injured Starkiller and says, 80% Matt. Squid begins to move his arms enchantedly, and you begin to...
That's like a seductress.
Oh, okay.
And you begin to see a transparent Mumson doing the same movements. So we'll have them like on top of each other doing the same thing. He then turns into Mumson. He begins to beat the shit out of Starkiller. and grapes begin to fly from the injured
You
areas.
know what I like about this scene? Is that we have Mumson, who's a real skinny bloke, and against you, who's like the bounty hunter, who's like bigger than Mumson, and you're just waving.
And Mumson's just like
Yeah.
throwing me into walls and shit, and like from like little cuts on my arms and stuff, like grapes are gonna fall out because I'm Grape Man apparently.
So like he's gonna have like a cut on his stomach,
like, all
like
grapes
on
are
his
just gonna
chest, and like
burst
there's
out.
gonna be grapes like falling out. It's gonna be great.
Squid then walks to his wife and teleports away, leaving Starkiller beaten on the ground. Cut to Squid setting up traps in the forest, burning his wife, and from the flames, it's going to be like, you know, the Darth Vader burning thing, where it's like, yeah, it's going to be like that, but he's burning his dog apparently.
Oh yeah.
and
It's the dog, isn't it?
from the flames, I emerge. Oh wait, no, that's Mumson. From the flames, Mumson emerges, and Squid begins to tear up and says goodbye to his wife, which is Mumson now apparently.
There's like no regards to continuity
No, because
at
the whole
all.
point of it is like it's like a Mumson religion where if you believe in the true Mumson, you transform into a truer form of Mumson.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like
I see.
and like when you burn. So basically, when I'm burning my wife, like Mumson's spirit is watching over this
Yeah.
burning.
And he says goodbye to his wife. Then through the fire comes the fists of a battered Starkiller. Then a chase commences through the forest, jumping over ditch and the knife in the tree recreation.
So this is all from the classic movie that no one has seen.
Yeah, but we remember parts of it and we're going to try and recreate that stuff. We'll explain what that stuff was later on.
Yeah.
We come to a lake and a fight commences. Nearing the end of the fight, Squid holds a battered Starkiller over the end of the lake. Then before Squid strikes, Starkiller transforms into Mumson, and Squid realizes that he is becoming everything he has fought to protect in the Mumson Wars. Then, while Squid's guard is down, Starkiller kicks him into the lake and throws in a little electrifying device. Squid then rises face down in the water dead. But apparently we're going to add like a fighting in the water bit before I throw the thing in, so we're going to have a little water fight scene.
Because in the classic movie that no one has seen,
Yeah.
we've kicked each other. Like I've kicked him in the water
Yeah.
ocean, and I joined him, and we were having a fight in the water. So we want to recreate that.
One of the only cool bits of the original video was like I kicked him into the water and it was like a slow-mo thing of he kicked me into the water and it was a slow-mo thing of me like flying into the water.
Yeah.
And then he dives into the water after me. And then we
Someone's-
have like this super lame fight in the water where we're both basically just like pulling each other down, trying to drown each other. And then we're gonna try and do that same thing, but apparently at the end of this one I throw in an electrifying device and then he like floats to the top like a dead fish.
And you should have any floats and some other fish.
Yeah.
Just float around.
Yeah, we might some fish or something.
Yeah. Then before, electrifying the device, Squid rises to the face of the water dead. Starkiller collapses to his knees, covered in grapes. He slowly looks down to the locket of Mumson. And then he looks up to the camera slowly and says, "Watch the Mumson podcast. It's a Mumson of a time." So then you find out the whole thing was an ad for the Mumson podcast.
I love how
Roll credits.
you just like picked any sci-fi trope like wars and just put the word Mumson in front and it's fitting. It fits perfectly.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to
Really
do well.
Then again, we have to learn how to do like semi-average editing to make this work.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out.
I could add in like music and stuff, and do cuts, but I can't like add in like drawings of like. We've got to make the effects look like kind of cool, but insanely lame at the same time. It's got to be like a mix.
I reckon the hardest one is going to be the transparent Mumson. Do you know how to do that?
I think if you just use like a
Yeah.
green screen and chroma
No,
key, it'll be
what you
fine.
can do, couldn't you just like record like Mumson doing a thing,
And Mason, and then more.
stop that, and then get Mason in the shot and doing the same movement, and just cut them on top of each other doing the same thing.
If you have the same
Yeah,
background, it'll be fine.
and making one of them a little bit more transparent so you can see the person behind them more clearly.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
Oh,
We have to do this thing
goodness.
at the exact same time.
Okay.
though, like-
We need this. No, we need to work on dialogue. I thought for your like shower scenes when you're thinking about Mumson and the wars and stuff.
We should have like a romantic music.
He
when
wanted
he's in
he
the
wanted to add
shower.
in like 3 scenes of me crying. Just like I think 1 crying scene's enough.
Yeah.
Like
That's all they can handle.
Yeah.
we can have like a black and white filter, like where it's like a back like what's the terminology? a flashback. Like he's in the shower crying, he's having a flashback of him and his wife or something, and we can have like you.
No, you should have a flashback while he's in the shower crying about Mumson. You should have a flashback of him in the shower crying about the Mumson in the previous scene.
Yeah, okay. But I reckon you can like you can do his like speak for his thoughts, like you'd like.
Yeah,
and
I could narrate everything.
it's like and
all the bits.
my beautiful wife Mumson or something.
Yeah, because we'll obviously need like exposition, because otherwise nobody will understand what's going on, which would be bad, wouldn't it?
No, for sure. Great. He just showed us a tattoo of some fat guy.
That was Donald
It's,
Trump.
Donald Trump.
Oh, good.
And he had a very small penis. Okay.
Like his hands. Okay. So now we have to work for some dialogue, which Travis has apparently done. So okay, we have to work out. So the bits that need dialogue is probably me and my wife.
Have you told him what his part's gonna be?
I had
Briefly.
somewhat.
What is it?
No, that's where you basically when Reilly gets like a call in, you can be like his
Like
his
Jarvis.
boss.
You'll
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
basically do every bit of narrating in the whole thing.
I also want to, like
fine with that.
when we have the tech device come up and like we're on like a blue screen with the
Of his
dialogue.
face.
But I want like
I can also be like extras in every scene, and it'll be obvious that it's still me.
It's just you in the background, like reading a book, like every shot.
no, I want looking. I want something.
We do need to like act in every scene and make it obvious that it's still us, that we don't have money for any other extras.
I want like you like when we're having the fight scene, you're just like standing in the background watching or something. Yes, I see
Cool.
you.
This is a fight. I'm gonna go back to my book now.
Yes.
Oh god.
So yeah, so we have to work some dialogue. Okay. So wanna
The first scene is the scene where I'm in the treehouse reading up on who Squid is, and I have the little device. He told you about the little device? The really lame one?
Yeah.
it's like a little computer part.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like doing that in front of my eyes.
So for people that are listening, he put his hands in front of his face and kind of shook them a bit, and that's especially the like
You
device.
should get like glasses and tape like wires and just random
No, trust
bits
me,
of
this is
computers
really
to
funny.
it.
Like, I don't have the device on me, so I can't show you. But
Looks like a piece of RAM or something like that.
yeah, it's gonna like shake RAM in front of his eyes.
That'd be good.
But then we're gonna like cut to some like, I don't know, like computer screen or something.
Yeah. So I want a picture of you, like of your shoulders and head, basically, and you're like talking, and maybe we can have add your mouth like flapping a bit.
We could do. It's very easy. Like it's in the photo booth app on iPhones and Macs, and that you can have like this holographic effect, and it makes you look like a computer, like a blue computer thingy.
Okay.
Could do that.
Yeah, that. Okay. So. Okay, dialogue. So we have to work out dialogue for what I'm going to say to my wife and stuff. So do you want to get your script out?
I pretty much know it off by heart. I put so many hours into it.
I'm surprised how far you got into it. I like it.
I just did it all while they were talking like random shit while eating my kebab.
I was like, no, then we should add this, and then add that. And then he's like, you cherry picked things that I've said and just kind of chucked it in there.
Okay, so which bit? The bit where you're like talking to your wife about how.
You need to get away.
Okay, so there's. No, that's before.
Okay, wait. So I reckon the first thing is like what's happening. So the Mumson religion and the government is trying to get rid of the Mumson religion bit. So I think we have to work out some text for that.
What? So there's a whole narration bit before the treehouse scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably.
Since the dawn of time, the Mumson religion has ruled the world.
You know what? That sounds great. I want that.
does.
Something like that.
An exact
So, like-
voice.
So have that bit, and it's like it's rule the world, and in the last 300 years, the Qingshi dynasty has risen from the flames What are you doing?
Not really anybody with brown eyes.
Hmm?
Continue.
It's sort of hazelish.
No, it's probably brown eyes.
Yeah, yours are brown.
This is
It
really...
was like if someone like took a big shit.
Yeah.
in your
That's
eye.
exactly how I describe it.
Eyes, like a big piece of shit.
Yeah, they do.
Travis, you're the person who's speaking the dialogue, and you're like the super smart uni kid. So you think of the dialogue.
Okay. Well, show him the script.
He knows the script. I just read it.
No, but you
we'll
actually
send
need
it
to see
to
the
him.
script to work with.
This is the first bit.
Send
We
it to
don't
him.
even need to know the script because he's just going to be reading off like a quick 30 seconds to a minute of the history, and then we have like some super lame like crayon pictures that we just put over the top of it of like a stick drawn version of me like punching a bunch of Mumsons or something.
No.
Okay.
We need to act it out in like a video game. I'm thinking Minecraft. Have characters
God.
fighting each other.
Oh my
Just
God.
record that.
We can actually do that too because the whole thing is we've got to do all the stuff that isn't fight
So
scenes
stupid.
like now because we have to work around Mason's leg.
Yeah.
So we've got to do all that stuff like now. Well, not
Mm.
now, but like
Right now.
right now.
Yeah.
Stop. You're not going to work tonight, Smaz. You're working on this movie.
Yeah.
I don't have Minecraft.
I have Minecraft.
I think I do. Pretty sure you can do it with like iPhones. I don't know.
So
We
Figure
use
it
like
out.
GTA
Actually,
or
I
something.
think I do have 2 accounts. No, we got to use something that looks so just
Right.
like, stupid, like a
Yeah.
kid made it, because it's basically what it is.
We've put heart and soul into this, Travis.
Yeah.
This is a whole, like, okay.
Oh, it'll be earnest.
It's like-
for
you
You
sure.
can do that.
This is 4 years worth of, thinking about this since grade 9.
We can do that. But
5
you
years.
need to think of dialogue to say over the top of it.
Over which part? Over like the first bit.
Can you send
What do I
all
need
of
to
us the
establish?
script
What do I need to establish in this
I can't do
scene?
that.
right now?
I can't do it right now.
Why not?
I'm chewing on the straw packet.
Priorities.
Travis is in the zone. You can't cut him out.
Okay,
of
go,
the zone.
Travis.
Well, what are we trying to establish in this first scene when you're getting information?
No,
about
this is
Good
before
Man?
that.
So,
This is before.
so like the history of
This is like
what's
the
happening.
opening shot.
Like
So-
they're going to do that. You're going to speak over the top of this like lame Minecraft looking thing,
Mm.
and you're going to talk about the great battles that happened between the Wing Shangpu dynasty and the Mumson religion.
Yeah. So we need to come up with like.
Okay, so like
So we have to come up.
You can basically just copy any war that happened between like Romans and like I don't know, fucking Catholics. I don't know.
since the dawn of time.
So
there
like
was
the Mongols
emus.
and the like Greeks or.
What about the Great Emu War of Australia?
Yes.
Oh, God.
No, it's got to be like so corny. It's got to be stupid.
The Great Emu Wars.
Since the dawn of time, there's been 2 groups.
Write it down.
Yeah, we have to write this down.
Well, it's recorded, so
No, I want to write it down. I don't have to go through the podcast and listen to this crap again.
who would listen to this? No, since the dawn of time, there's been 2 warring factions. The Wing Shangpu dynasty, a valiant, brave race of,
God, stop speaking
of
so
warriors,
fast. So, there.
hell bent on world domination.
On the
Wait, what are they?
galactic.
There's been 2 what?
Galactic
War.
warring factions.
This is galaxy wide.
There's been 2 warring factions.
Locked in an eternal,
Battle?
Conflict.
eternally locked in a.
Eternal conflict.
Trying to think of a word that like means destructive for the entire galaxy.
Chaos?
Chaotic. Juxtaposition.
Epidural. No, I don't know. Galactic brawl. No, galactic
Barbarian.
battle. Something. Barb.
Conflict sounds better. Okay, go conflict.
Conflict. Oh, we'll hit this with a thesaurus later.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Wing Changpu dynasty. What are their?
So that they're the government trying to.
Oh, so they're the good, basically.
No.
Who says that
no.
the religion is not the good bit?
Let's not bring politics into this one. Just
Yeah.
No, I want this to hit many themes.
No, the Wing Changpu dynasty. Beacons of hope in a war-torn galaxy.
The Wing Changpu dynasty is basically a government, right?
Hmm.
And the Mumson Podcast is a religion.
Okay, then. Okay.
And because we're the Mumson Podcast, we have to be the good side.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
The
exactly.
Wing Changpu dynasty.
It's trying to...
I've forgotten what I just said.
It's trying to like...
And it mustn't have been that good.
No.
It's trying to get rid of the Mumson Podcast, like Mumson religion.
A beacon of
'Cause of
hope
its
in a
Supernatural
war-torn galaxy. That's what I said.
abilities that it gives people.
Oh,
Can we just copy, like, what
Plagiarism is wrong.
How dare you?
not copy, more just like, steal.
Yeah.
Borrow.
Without credit.
Yeah.
Borrow without using or giving back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's my favourite TV show. How can I not remember this
Firefly.
shit? Yeah, what the hell are the bloody
So the brown coats and the government is trying
Alliance? Jesus Christ. Can you just pretty much, the Wing Changpu is pretty much the Alliance. You can just copy what you would say about them.
to... What could they say about them?
I've only seen one episode.
You got to say that, like, some people find them as a beacon of hope, and some people think they're
Okay,
there to
okay.
destruct their rights and stuff like
So
that.
like,
Yeah.
the Wing Changpu dynasty, a group some would see as a beacon of hope
Others.
and light for the galaxy. Yeah,
It autocorrect beacon to whack on.
while others would see it.
Some see them as a beacon of hope.
Others see them.
Wow.
as
There's a
a-
threat to their
Whilst
way of
others-
life.
Yeah, way of life. Sounds good. What do you reckon, Travis?
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Yeah?
Mumson, that was a good 80%
Hey,
you just gave.
yeah.
I didn't hear what you said, so you should say it again.
Would see it as some would see it as some would see it as a threat to their
Way of
way
life.
of life.
Threat to their
Way
their-
of life.
To their. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said it'd be a word before that. The whilst others see them to a threat to their
Some would see them as a threat to their way of life.
every way of life.
I have to speak up louder, Mumson, so that I can catch you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can catch me.
Louder.
But you want me to re-say it?
Every way of
No, you really
No,
said
it's
it.
fine. Since the dawn of time, there has been two warring factions locked in a galactic conflict. The Wing Changpu dynasty, a group some see as a beacon of hope, while others see them as a threat to their every way of life.
Yeah. And then...
Has been.
Have been. Come on, use the right tense, goddamn it.
No, I don't think so.
So.
I think it has
It's
actually.
have. It was in the past.
It depends on if
Well,
we're
it
talking
depen-
plural.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll sort this out later.
It's have in my script. Write your own damn script and make that one word change.
No, but they've long. Oh, I don't know.
No,
It's
it
hard
has
to-
to begin with have.
They have.
Oh, I forgot to write they at the start too. It's just have.
The Wing Changpu dynasty. Some see it as blah 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 blah. Others see it as thingy.
A threat to their way of life.
Mm.
They have been something. What is it, Travis?
Now, we've got to talk about the other thing first. Their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast,
Oh.
a religion formed minutes ago.
No, this has to go decades.
An
Okay.
ancient religion formed in the early
2
21st century.
How far back does your family go, Matt?
Oh, ancient, mate. I was before God was even created.
He was walking
you're
around with
basically Adam.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Adam Mumson.
Seem like the Mumson Podcasts have their roots in like grounded in centuries of
Yeah. Warfare and bloodshed.
well, they're supposed to be the opposite. It's the Wing Changpu dynasty, so they're the tyrants and people who like killing people.
The Mumson Podcast. Freedom fighters who strive to
For nonsense
who,
and glory.
who strive to provide peace
Wait,
and chaos to the galaxy.
I would say like
No, that'd be...
low quality entertainment to the galaxy.
Yeah. It'll be the actual podcast.
Yeah.
But everyone else sees it as a religion.
Yeah.
Trail makers in crap entertainment.
I like that.
The
Yeah.
lowest budget ever put to a screen.
Their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believe that their almighty Lord Mumson will...
We'll bring
Bring
them
peace and freedom to the
bring them
galaxy.
the lowest form of entertainment as humanly possible.
We'll bring them out of despair and into a new world full of
Peace
Highbrow,
and
highbrow
80%.
humor.
Yeah,
full of 80% Mumson. No, no. Everyone in the Mumson podcast wants to live a life 80% devoted to Mumson,
That's right.
to worshipping.
And that other 20% can go to masturbation.
80% of the day has to go to praying for Mumson.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a super hardcore religion.
And you just gotta listen to the 6 episodes back, over and over again.
Every single day they have to watch every episode.
And kind of like a scripture of all the episodes. I don't know why I'm saying that's.
Yeah, we need like a Bible and the symbol. What would the symbol be?
It'd be Mumson's hair.
Just his
Like
hair.
it's just like
Should do
No,
darkness and despair.
and like all the priests for the Mumson podcast, they don't wear like a robe or one of those
Just shaggy hair and a
hats.
bad
They just
moustache.
wear
Yeah,
a Mumson
yeah.
wig.
Yeah.
and a bad mustache.
These are all fantastic ideas, lads.
So what do you have?
I cannot make out a single sentence that would make sense out of the crap that you guys were saying.
Don't worry, I've got it all recorded.
I got their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believe that their almighty Lord Mumson will bring them out of the darkness and into
Into what?
A life of lowbrow humor. You don't accept that?
That would be funny,
I
but
just think into the light.
yeah, no.
And then go on to say after that sentence, you say like, value, its followers strive for, I don't know,
would strive
tranquility.
You could say would strive for a future with tranquility and freedom, and not with.
Without control. We're basically the bohemians
Yeah.
of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the guardians of the galaxy. The hippies of the galaxy.
How do you spell righteous?
Right. RIGHTEOUS, I think.
Yeah, I think that might be right.
Something like that.
Spell check's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, spell check will save you.
The numbers have been dwindling.
So Smiles is just
Dwindling.
Dwindling.
mumbling to himself here as he writes down.
Their numbers... No, they've been growing, I'd say.
I'd say they've been dwindling because they've been crushed by the Wing Shampoo dynasty.
No, it's obviously.
Oh, yeah, because
I'm
we want to
winning.
start them as the underdog, don't we?
I've
Yeah.
said that whilst their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believes that their almighty Lord Mumson will bring them out of the darkness and into a new light. Whilst the Mumson Podcast believes themselves to be strong and righteous, their numbers have been dwindling over recent years.
This most likely can be attributed to the iron fist of the Wing Chang-pu dynasty.
Oh, this most likely can be related.
Attributed.
Attributed.
We've got to make it sound really pretentious.
Attributed to the most deadly assassin
Star killer.
ever trained.
And then the picture of you falling out of a tree house.
Yeah.
Ever trained by the Wing Shampoo dynasty.
We need to make more movies after this.
Yeah.
I'm sure the unbridled success will lead to more.
Star Killer, all caps, exclamation mark.
Star Killer.
Okay, let's read that whole thing and see how long it takes.
Alright. Since the dawn of the time.
Good start. Oh yeah, some shit in there's gonna be really badly spelled.
I'll fix it as I go. Since the dawn of time, there have been two warring factions locked in a galactic conflict. The Wing Shang-Pu dynasty, a group some see as a beacon of hope, whilst others see them as a threat to their every way of life. Their counterpart... You really don't know the difference between there, and there, do you?
No. I didn't go to uni.
No.
You did?
Their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believe that their almighty Lord Mumson will bring them out of the darkness and into the light. Wait, what? Okay, hold on, don't worry. Whilst the Mumson Podcast believe themselves to be strong and righteous, their numbers have been dwindling over recent years. This most likely can be attributed to the most deadly assassin ever trained by the Wing Shang-Pu dynasty.
Oh.
Star Killer.
But I don't
And
understand. Wait.
I also want this to be humorous. So I want maybe to be in the original script. It's you like getting your information and then you filling out the house.
No, we won't do that. I've done that.
Wait,
I thought it was this first and then you getting your.
but in the story, isn't Starkiller married to a Mumson?
Yes.
Wait, so why are you?
Because
How does that work?
his Mumson died, and he wants revenge.
My wife is Mumson, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so conflicted when I'm fighting Squid. Because he's a what? Wait, why would I be such an efficient killer? It doesn't make any sense.
No, of course it doesn't.
Because it would be the same situation
As-
for every person
yeah.
I've tried to kill.
Yeah. So this is why. This is like editing through the process.
Yeah, that's the point, because it's supposed to be really stupid and make no
Wait,
sense.
is this going to be
Wait,
like
so you-
a really avant-garde story where we start with the good guy who's kind of really a bad guy, and then
So-
the underdog who's just one of the many people that are
That
trying
follows
to kill
religion.
him, almost wins, but then we kill him off anyway
Yes.
and let the bad guy win.
But I still don't get it.
Awesome.
I've wrote many scripts before.
So you're part of the Wushang
Yeah.
clan,
I also want that every time we say the words that we say it different every time.
but are you going to eventually turn from the?
That's what I used to do.
Are you going to eventually turn from the Wushang clan to the Mumson Podcast?
No,
or-
because I kill him. And then right before you think I'm going to actually transition properly, I'm like, listen to the Mumson Podcast. It's a Mumson at a time. And then you find out the whole thing was an ad.
Beautiful.
My God. My arm feels so wet right now.
Yeah. You just saw that pussy being shaken.
Yeah, on my arm.
Yeah, I understand it. They all sort of
Deep there. Right.
Yeah, that was disgusting, Mason.
This most likely can be attributed to the most deadly assassin ever trained by the Wing Shang-Pu dynasty, Star Killer. A terrifying, destructive force shrouded in mystery, this assassin has struck fear into the hearts and minds of the disciples of the Mumson Podcast for centuries.
Correct.
Do you want to be like, oh, and he's murdered like hundreds, if not thousands of Mumson?
I think we should just have a video, like, this basically just be the whole video clip. We don't actually have anything filmed. We just ask, keep on adding to this.
Yeah.
Star.
What?
With thousands of victims to his unbridled wrath.
And that's why he's like crying. That's why he cried through this movie. He's like, oh.
And then whilst we're reading this, it's like the super lame, like Minecraft fighting.
Yeah.
And you're just like hitting like the creepers and that.
People are going to assume it's a Minecraft video if they see that stuff.
Do we really want Minecraft? I might
Yeah, I
try
don't want to have Minecraft anymore.
Oh, we gotta have something that just looks so stupid. Lego.
I think because this sounds so
Cartoon.
pretentious and, you know, real serious, is that the video clip, like, while this is going on, is something really, you know, serious and like him murdering people. And then the actual thing, the movie's actually really lighthearted.
This is gonna be great.
Okay.
Oh, so what's he doing now? Is he now? He's just found his latest target, which is this squid.
Yeah,
thing, isn't it?
yeah.
So
okay.
we're not doing but that means we can't do the thing in the treehouse anymore if we're doing this instead.
No, we can. We do this at the
So
start.
what I think is that have this at the
Because this
beginning.
won't
so, 'cause
tell
this has
you
the-
anything about the character. This is just going to end very
This
soon
is like
he is
telling you the
saying he's
precursor
found
to,
his latest,
to why they're fighting.
you know, target, which is
What, he's found like the
squid
last remnants of the Mumson podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
squid guy.
thing. He's now trying to kill the last.
The last few living survivors of the
There's
months.
a word. There's a word. What is it?
Wait, what do we want to call this war?
Let me think of it.
It's the Mumson podcast.
Amongst
The Mumson
Ah,
War.
So we called it the Mumson War later on.
Mm. It's already there. It's set in stone.
So,
You can't erase it.
so you're hunting the last Mumson survivors.
Yes.
My God. What was that noise we're gonna have in the background?
I didn't even notice it. till
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice
Maybe,
that.
maybe it just started now.
Oh, it's been there the whole time.
It's gonna be really annoying.
And just like through the whole thing, it's like, and just doesn't hear us at all.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, what do you call it? There's a word.
What are you looking for?
There's a word I'm thinking of. I can't think what it is.
Well, I'm not a mind reader,
What's
so I
it
can't
to do
help
with-
you.
Okay, if there's like Bastion, that's the word.
What a Sanctuary Tyrant.
Don't. Oh, I knew you were gonna.
Made by
do
the
Overwatch.
Omnics to kill Overwatch.
No.
Marshall, that was
No.
for you if you're listening to this.
Oh fuck.
That's not the word I'm looking for.
So he's looking at the
Yeah,
dictionary
like
now.
cricket's last bastion of discrimination. Like an institution placed a person strongly maintaining particular principles, attitudes, or activities. So, with thousands of victims to his unbridled wrath, Starkiller has now found his latest target, nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson podcasts.
Diligent. Okay.
Should we say
arms?
Starkiller plans to infiltrate one of the last few?
I thought this was still a very strong, like,
Bastion of the Mumson
it's just right at the
podcasts.
end, so it's not like a big war anymore. It's kind of like just snuffing out.
Yeah.
The
So this is
Yeah.
after Order
mighty-
66.
Yeah.
This is like post episode 3,
Or Star Wars.
beginning New Hope.
Yeah.
Right. That's what. And you know we go so it's beginning of New Hope, and then it goes at the end of
Number
Yeah.
6? Or
number 5. I forgot what it's called actually. What's the fifth movie?
New Hope. No.
Empire Strikes
That's it. Yeah.
Back. So like when like Han dies, and basically that's like Squidman dying. Maybe if
You
we
get
ever do
frozen in
another
time.
movie, we can have the next thing about Squid's son.
Squiddy Jr.
The Mumson Wars, the sequel.
Well, wait. Well, who's his wife gonna be? I mean, who's he gonna?
Because they
He
always
doesn't
need
need a
a wife.
Well, how's that?
Bloody
gonna work?
everybody needs a wife. I have a wife. Bloody Squid has a wife. Everyone has a wife.
And they always
Well, how are you
die.
gonna have
And it's all Stitch.
How are you gonna have your unless you can
And everyone's watching like, are they supposed to be the same character?
unless you can like give birth to your own son?
Well, his wife is Mason's wife is Stitch, and my wife is Mumson. God, it's so confusing. God, this is gonna be a long freaking intro, but
Yeah, goodness. Well, it's long for us now because we're coming up with it, but this will be only like a few seconds in the actual movie.
yeah. I need you to read this before we leave, by the way, because I want to be able to know what it sounds like to try and find good gameplay to put over the top of it. I need to get like some real. I see this. What's a game that has like really lame shit in it?
Really lame what?
I'm trying to think of like what would be the lamest thing to put over the top of this.
Like a game with really crappy graphics or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't reckon we need a game. I think we just film it and just have it real badass, and then the rest of the movie would be crap.
No,
Could have Mario.
What are we going to
and every
put
time he like
on the
kills
screen
an
when
enemy,
he's
he just
speaking?
lands on one of those.
I want
Oh my
like
God.
I want like a video like basically the thing's talking. It's pictures of you like killing people like hardcore style.
Yeah, but how do we get that? We'd just
Oh,
be killing
no,
Mumson over and over
you-
again.
you can
Yeah,
have,
just
like-
killing a whole bunch of Mumsons.
Exactly.
Like you could be like standing over a Mumson, like it's over, and then she pulls it, shoot him or some shit.
God, it sounds like the best thing to do. Just do like a super gay killing montage.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
it's just
You're
like
hunting down Mumsons.
just like karate chopping Mumsons.
You get like a scene where like a Mumson really gets you, but you just kill him. Or...
Yes.
I want like the beginning bit to be real badass, like the few seconds of you this being real badass, and the rest of it being real shite.
Yeah. I need Mumson there to do that.
Yeah, Mumson.
I need Mumson to record this stuff at the start.
We could just get him to film. Live film.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of how I can do this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, read the whole thing, Travis.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Since the dawn of time, there have been two warring factions locked in a galactic conflict. The Wing Shangpu dynasty, a group some see as a beacon of hope, whilst others see them as a threat to their every way of life. Their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believe that their almighty Lord Mumson will bring them out of the darkness and into the light. Whilst the Mumson Podcast believe themselves to be strong and righteous, their numbers have been dwindling over recent years. This most likely can be attributed to the most deadly assassin ever trained by the Wing Shangpu dynasty, Star Killer. A terrifying, destructive force shrouded in mystery. This assassin has struck fear into the hearts and minds of the disciples of the Mumson Podcast for centuries. With thousands of victims to his unbridled wrath, Star Killer has now found his latest target. Nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson Podcast's reach, the infamous Squid Man lies in wait. Could this spell the end of the most dangerous assassin in the galaxy? Or will the Wing Shangpu dynasty finally achieve dominion over the entire universe?
I'm gonna lie, that got me hard. That's pretty good.
I love it.
So that's right at the beginning, and this is going to be like cuts of you killing Mumsons.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually I'm trying to understand what's okay.
Oh my god, wait. Imagine like we do a shot of Mumson like with the camera like facing him, he's like
Yes.
But then it like cuts away from that and it's just like me with like a machete like smashing like a cardboard box with a picture of Mumson on it. I'm just stabbing it like die.
We need like the same picture of like the same shot of
Yeah.
Mumson going every time.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like, so in this movie, you've been crying because you have to kill a Mumson
Yeah.
follower. So maybe this is
Even
like
though I've killed 1,000 Mumsons, it seems like.
yeah. So maybe
Yeah,
what's
I think like his life of killing people, this life
is
of
weighing him down
basically crime, it's finally getting to him. It's hurting his relationship with his wife,
was wife's dead.
who's
Well, you
dead.
could add some, you could add
So
some
it really
sort of,
hurt
We
it.
find out how she died in the sequel.
You could add some sort of other plot
No, the
where
prequel.
you could add another plot where Reilly's also dying from some sort of disease, like his character's
So
dying
it's
from
kind of like
something.
Logan.
Yeah, and like if he doesn't defeat this foe, he's gonna die anyway, so he's got nothing to lose technically.
We totally should like add so many plot lines that make no sense.
And definitely there will be a sequel. From a movie that we haven't filmed
I have a weird weapon called the Infinity Gauntlet.
yet. Once you click your fingers, everybody's dead.
These magical, colourful rocks to function.
When did you record the Travis?
What was that? What do you mean? What are you saying?
I need you to do your actual recording of that thing.
Oh, that.
So I can just listen to it over and over again while doing deliveries, and I can think of the perfect thing to have over the top of it.
He can send you the podcast, and you can just go right to the bit when he's like saying that over and over again.
No, it's easier this way.
Alright, set up then.
Oh goodness. Okay. So that's right at the beginning.
Oh, I thought of something before while we were talking. I thought like at the end of every podcast, we should have a story that, goes across every episode. It's just at the end of it, like a section in every one.
In a podcast episode.
Yeah, in the podcast episodes.
Okay.
I don't know what it will be about, but we'll just make it up as we go.
A little story.
And always end it on a cliffhanger. So everyone really wants to watch the next episode
It'll
of
be
the
a different
Mumson
story?
Podcast. And we could if we get bored of a story, we just start it with and everybody died. Next day.
Yeah, this is the real thing, Travis, so try and sound as sexy as possible.
So,
It's already recording.
Oh,
So be real dramatic.
alright. Since the dawn of time, there have been two warring factions locked in a galactic conflict. The Wing Shangpu dynasty, a group some see as a beacon of hope, whilst others see as a threat to their every way of life. Their counterpart, the Mumson Podcast, who believe that their almighty Lord Mumson will bring them out of the darkness and into the light. Whilst the Mumson Podcast believe themselves to be strong and righteous, their numbers have been dwindling over recent years. This most likely can be attributed to the most deadly assassin ever trained by the Wing Shangpu dynasty, Star Killer. A terrifying, destructive force shrouded in mystery, this assassin has struck fear into the hearts and minds of the disciples of the Mumson Podcast for centuries. With thousands of victims to his unbridled wrath, Star Killer has now found his latest target. Nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson Podcast's reach, the infamous Squid Man lies in wait. Could this spin the... we got so far.
From the beginning.
No, okay. So you can just find where you were, and I can cut it together.
I'll start from the sentence before. Nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson Podcast's reach, the infamous Squid Man lies in wait. Could this spell the end of the most dangerous assassin in the galaxy? Or will the Wing Shangpu dynasty finally achieve dominion over the entire universe?
Dun, dun, dun.
Beautiful.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is when you do that really intense like Star Killer like that bit there, I'm gonna have like a shot of me like looking up like, and then we're gonna cut to me just killing Mumson.
You know how you can edit audio? We should edit that to make it sound even deeper and more.
It's so deep you can't even understand. It's like
No, but it's got to echo when it says Star Killer.
Yeah.
Oh. This is so brilliant.
it's so brilliant.
Brilliant.
This is such a rubbish episode.
I love it. It's true to form for the Mumson Podcast.
Yeah.
Within the final bastion of... I want to hear the bit where I mess up. A terrifying, destructive force shrouded in mystery. This assassin has struck fear. Shangpu dynasty, Star Killer. It was just before that, I think.
Before that, well, you made the mistake.
Yeah,
now it's back here.
With thousands of victims to his unbridled wrath, Star Killer has now found his latest target. Nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson Podcast's reach, the infamous Squid Man lies in wait. Could this spin the end? We got so far.
From the beginning.
Okay, just find where you were and I can cut it together.
I'll start from the sentence before. Nestled within the final bastion of the Mumson Podcast's reach, the infamous Squid Man lies in wait. Could this spell the end of the most dangerous assassin in the galaxy? Or will the Wing Shangpu dynasty finally achieve dominion over the entire universe? You gotta keep that in. Oh, we're gonna have a dun-dun-dun right at the end.
Intro. I wrote inrito.
Very good.
That's what we can call it.
Okay.
This is quality.
This is quality stuff for the, episode 7.
Is it the thing you used?
That was when I started crying in the shower.
Yeah.
And that was the bit before it. That's just the bit where it's just like... You saw that, right?
I didn't.
It was on
You're
the
kidding.
group
No, I
chat. It
didn't
was
see it.
great.
Oh my god.
It was beautiful.
This is gonna make the podcast shit because it doesn't make any sense.
This is he's practicing for his shower scene, which we haven't even started filming at all yet. But
I wanted to see what it
This
looked
was
like.
basically his
yeah.
audition tape. Crying about Mumson beating him.
I have like a little like a little scream at the end,
I know.
but it cuts out halfway through.
I really liked it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. I want to hear you say it. I lose to Mumson. I play this. Deal 5 damage to target a blocking creature. Fuck off.
Wait, at the scene where you go to scream,
I was really proud of that.
at the scene where you go to scream, it should have been blacking out the screen.
Oh yeah, going into black and white.
Yeah.
It was so hard for me to just make that
I would love.
on this.
It's difficult, isn't it?
I would love if for the crying scene, maybe it sounds like crawling within your skin, like from Linkin
Oh,
Park.
yeah.
Can't believe you didn't see that. So good.
Oh
It
goodness.
only took me like an hour.
Okay.
It would take me like 10 minutes if I had an actual decent editing thing. And you can't just add music in. I had to like record it like through a YouTube video from my computer, and then I put that in. And, oh my god, it's so annoying.
Well, okay, guys. I'm gonna wrap the podcast up because
Good idea.
this was great. This was a real good, solid episode.
Everyone's super excited
We-
about this thing now.
It will. People will be excited as.
It's one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
No, we did one for 1 hour 20, I think.
Oh, right.
Oh,
But we
wow.
separated it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just let's sing it along this.
Okay.
Um,
Outro.
Alright, guys. Thanks for listening. See you guys.
Mumson Stupid Noise.
This is Mumson signing off.
Stay tuned.
Oh goodness.